So something that I've noticed recently is on a post about like white privilege, inevitably there will always be a white person that will come on and say, well, my life hasn't been easy, you know. And I just like laugh every time. Like, okay, congrats, you get some fucking oppression gold stars. I don't fucking know. But I just think it's not funny. It's a little disheartening that white people equate having privilege to having had an easy life, and that's literally not what a person is saying when they say that you have a privilege. And it just shows such a lack of understanding of what privilege is and what it means to have privilege, and it also reflects how quickly white people want to play oppression Olympics sometimes, and I just don't understand it. Like, other people can be suffering, it doesn't mean you've never suffered ever in your life. Like, what the fuck? I don't know, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that white people don't really understand white privilege very much. They seem to interpret white privilege as having meant they've had an easy life, and that's literally not what white privilege is saying, or what people are saying when they say you have white privilege. Like, that's just not it at all. And for anyone who's wondering, well, what is white privilege? Google is your friend. I Google shit every day. I don't just talk out of my ass, even though it might seem like it a little bit sometimes. White privilege just means that you may have had struggles you may have had struggles in your life, but those struggles were not a result of the color of your skin, and that the color of your skin actually gives you some benefits in a society that is inherently racist. And for anyone wondering, like, what the catalyst for this little rant was, there's a post about the show Big Little Lies. I don't know, I just read the book yesterday. I should remember the title, but I don't. And someone posted like, hey, I really like the show, but I kind of disliked how much white privilege was involved in it. And then of course white people just like jumped on that comment and were like, oh my god, you're missing the point. It just means that even though she had white privilege, she still had struggles. And for those of you who have never seen the show or never read the book, it involves a super, super rich white couple in which the husband is violent towards his wife. And in the book, and I guess in the show, I don't know about in the show, but at least in the book, she goes and gets the help of a counselor. And so an instance of white privilege is, first of all, that she has the resources and accesses to a counselor who can help her. Okay, I've shot this little portion of this video like 7 times, and I still can't get like out what I'm trying to say. But there are instances of white privilege in that she is able to get help. She's not labeled as a bad mother. Her kids aren't taken away from her. Whereas with women of color, you know, they're often labeled as bad mothers because they've been in these situations. I guess like she was labeled as a victim, and you were meant to feel empathy for her. Whereas I feel like in narratives that involve women of color, often include the theme of, well, she's a bad mother because she didn't walk away from this abusive situation, and of course she was in an abusive situation. I felt there was a great disparity there between her narrative and the narrative that is often portrayed in the media about women of color. Like, it just, I don't know. I appreciate the message that like domestic violence can affect anyone. Like, it was a really important message to spread. Yeah, there was a fair bit of white privilege there, and I think it did need to be acknowledged. But you know, it doesn't mean that the entire narrative is invalid. Like, I think that's what white people are interpreting when they hear that that the narrative included a lot of white privilege. So anyway, I am sorry this video is probably one of my least articulate because I'm just like super tired, and I got almost sick after breakfast this morning, so it is not a good day, but I'm hoping the day will go better. And for those of you who are wondering, no, I'm not pregnant. I am not a natural breakfast eater, but because of the damage from an eating disorder, I have to eat right when I wake up, so sometimes that makes me feel a little nauseous, so that's what's going on.